Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I am hopeful that all of you will be happy and enjoying your good health. Dear students, today I am going to share some information regarding the subject of methods of teaching of English in shape of MCQs. MCQ stands for multiple choice questions, which is mainly consisted of response, distractor and answer. So the first MCQs for methods of teaching of English is the journey from general to specific is the domain of deductive method. These students, deductive method and inductive methods, these are the subclasses of inquiry method. And inquiry method is used in educational psychology for the attainment of specific objectives. So when the journey is from the general to specific, that is called deductive method. Total number of sounds in English language are 44. Total number of letters 26. 5 are vowels and 21 are consonants. So these 26 letters, when divided into strong form and weak form, increases the number of sounds from 26 to 44. The letters A, E, I, O, U are called vowels. English can be learned only through practice of speaking. This is the main weak area of English in our country, because in our country English is taught as subject and it should be taught as a language. Whenever any subject which is taught as language, that will be focused on the development of the speaking and listening skill. When it will be taught as subject, then it will be focused on reading and writing. Grammar formulates the rules and principles of the language. Grammar is basically derived from the Latin word gramma. Gramma means rules of writing. Words which show action are called verbs. The focus of pronunciation is in loud reading. Whenever you are interested to develop the pronunciation skill of the learner, so give the students extensive practice of loud reading. Silent reading is there for understanding. So loud reading is the tool for the development of the enhancement of pronunciation. Use of ballpoint in early stages of student leads to poor writing. Unfortunately, in almost 90% of the schools, students are using ballpoints, and this is the main factor of the poor writing of the young learners. If they will go for using the pen or ink pen, then their writing will be very much developed. Whiteboard is a visual aid. AV aids, you have already heard about it, that AV aids means audio visual aids. Some are audio, some are visual, and some are audio visual both. For example, TV. Speaking is a receptive skill. There are 4 skills: reading, listening, speaking, reading and writing. So out of these 4, they are also represented by LSRW. LSRW means listening, speaking, reading and writing. Listening receptive, reading receptive, speaking productive, writing productive. The letters which are written but not spoken are known as a silent letter. For example, Knowledge. So we say knowledge. Knowledge. Then if we study another word that is known as for example, photograph. Yeah, the other example is bridge. Bridge. So D is silent. So those letters which are there in written form but not spoken are known as silent. STM stands for short term memory. There are two types of memories. One is called short term memory and the other is called long term memory. Words used in place of nouns, pronouns, it is easy. Then radio is audio aid. Books are the example of print media. Lesson planning makes teaching pleasant, easy, objective oriented. Listening is made for the purpose of understanding. Listening for the purpose of understanding is called listening. If we are only listening without understanding, then that is called useless listening or aimless listening. SMART is the abbreviation used for educational objective. Simple, measurable, attainable, realistic and time bounded. An English teacher must have good pronunciation, no doubt. If the teacher is always a role model, if the pronunciation of the teacher is faulty, so the pronunciation of the learner must be faulty. English should be taught as language. This is the most important one. Up till and until in our country we will not focus on the shift from teaching of English as language and not as subject, then the speaking power of our learners will always be weak one. There are 8 parts of speech. Parts of speech are also known as word classes. Word classes are 2 in nature. One is called open class and the other is called closed class. Open class is the class in which further addition is possible, for example noun, and closed class is that class in which further addition is not possible, for example pronoun. 7 pronouns that were, that are and that will be. The teaching methods of children is known as pedagogy, and the teaching methods of adults is called andragogy. CLT, communicative language teaching, it is the advanced method used for the teaching of languages, is an expensive method. Expensive teaching method in the sense that it needs highly trained teachers. It is based on the use of ICT, information communication technology, or only technology. It needs multimedia, it needs projector, it needs laptops, etc. So that's why it is an expensive teaching method. It is time consuming as well. In grammar translation method, GTM, it is also known as Ryle method. GTM old name is Ryle method because it was the method used for teaching various subjects to the children of the Ryle families. In GTM, students are passive. Teacher is active and students are passive. Activity based teaching is student centered. Students are involved. Then annual exam is the example of summative evaluation. There are 3 main types: diagnostic evaluation before the commencement of an educational academic activity, then formative evaluation that is carried out during the teaching learning process, and summative evaluation which is carried out at the end of academic process, but there is always the presence of passing judgments, pass faith. The functions of language are 3. Then grammar translation is used to teach classical languages. Greek, Latin, these are known as classical languages. So dear students, this is an effort of mine for development of your knowledge through the use of MCQs regarding the subject of methods of teaching of English. Please study it, learn it. It will be very much helpful for you when you are going to appear in various types of tests. Thank you very much.